Topical issue, the band Super Mazembe. Today I'm going to talk about a group of singers, a band that was famous in the years past. The group's name was Super Mazembe, and it was a band that came from Congo. The members of this band were Kasongo Wakanema of Orchestra Virunga, Lovi Longoba, and finalize with the Longoba twins because I was there. I'm going to talk about one of the band leaders, and his name was Kasongo Wakanemba. Kasongo was a renowned band member, and in those years they were able to produce so many songs that were famous in Kenya. They entertained people with many songs. And one of the most famous songs was Shauri Yako and Kakolele, Viva Christmas. I'm talking about them because I have heard the youths also using that name. The youths have used the name Kasongo, and having been there during those years, I decided to do something on Super Mazembe and recall who Kasongo was. Kasongo was a band leader who joined Super Mazembe during those years, and he found a friend had composed a song. The song was called Kasongo. It had been composed for a friend called Kasongo Songolei during those years. He joined the band, got the name Kasongo. He was also called Kasongo. Their band performed so many hits. They were known in many places. East Africa knew this band. During that time, many of the people were entertained by the songs of that group, Orchestra Super Mazembe. And they had a leader who was great, who was good. People loved Kasongo because he was a good vocalist, together with the musician Lovi Longomba. Lovi was the best singer, the favorite of the group. He had a sweet voice. They performed all over. And later, the sons of Lovi Longomba, because Lovi was famous, he also had a song called Lovi, which was a hit in Kenya and in East and Central Africa. The original members that founded the band, I'll go by names, original members: Mutongole Longwa, Ditos Kasongo Wakanema, and Lovi Longomba. So I was wondering when I heard Kasongo, and then I remembered the past days. In fact, Kasongo is not an insult. Kasongo was a very famous person. So if somebody says Kasongo, it's like people wanted to idolize with musicians like Michael Jackson during that time. Others would want to be called by that name. The name Kasongo, the song Kasongo, was composed when the friends went to Nairobi to the house of one of the members, and the member had left, he was not there. And during that time, ringing the telephone was not possible because telephones were mostly in houses and a few booths. I think that time it was before the telephone booth came. The telephone booth was not there. So you had to go to the offices to get the phone. And the song Kasongo was sung so that the wife could get back. I tried to find it on the internet, but it's not said whether the wife managed to come back. So what am I saying about this Kasongo thing? I'm saying Kasongo was a great leader of the band. And there had been a Kasongo before who was a good guitarist. And they produced music that was very famous. And I would like to finalize with one of two of the children of the founders of that band, Lovey Longomba. Lovey Longomba had two sons. Now one is still there. And they were able to give great hits. That was recent. Those ones are of a younger generation, not our generation. They have been able to give good songs like Piga Makofi, which was a great hit, and several other songs that the youngsters now have danced to. They moved to the United States of America, and Vicky and Christian started whatever they were doing in the United States of America. But after some time, Christian passed on. So there is only one Vicky, who is now a preacher in the United States of America. So as the youth sing of Kasongo, the politicians sing of Kasongo, we also reminiscence Kasongo the song, Kasongo the band leader. And that is why I've decided to cover Orchestra Super Mazembe. In fact, I had an uncle who we would always refer to as Super Mazembe. His name was Stephen Makoko. So he would always call him SM. And when I see Super Mazembe, a lot of good things come to my mind. A lot of great things that happened during that time. So Kasongo was a famous name, still is a famous name, and to some it may be an insult, but to those people who knew Kasongo of Super Mazembe, to be called Kasongo was a compliment that time. A leader of the greatest, one of the greatest bands in East Africa. That is my take for now.